Hello, everyone. It's Bob. Welcome to Modern Life for the 70s Mind and Bob's Cabinet of Curiosities. If you've followed me in the past, you know normally what I would do is I would link my curiosity items with the reaction video. And that caused problems because some people are like, well, I really don't want to see the reaction video. And then some people are like, I don't want to see the curiosity section. I get it. Everyone has their own thing, and me throwing them together was probably a mistake and a little lack of foresight on my side. So, what I'm doing is all the curiosities that I've gone over in my reaction videos, I'm going to just kind of redo them. I'm not taking them out of the existing videos, but just so that I can have separate content for each of the items that I do. That way, if somebody wants to come to my YouTube channel, and if they see this and if they want to see them all, they don't have to sort through reaction videos to get to everything. They'll all be in one spot. So that is why I'm redoing this one. Hopefully I'll do as good of a job. I didn't have anyone tell me that I did such an amazing job, so I don't feel like I'm at much of a loss. Growing up in the 70s as a young kid, and even, in the 70s, I'll say, music became really important to me. It really became important to me when I was younger than that, when I had a little bitty, or my brother did, a little bitty turntable, and I had a 45 of the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. I think that's when that's as far back as I go when I think of, wow, I really like music, and I remember playing that thing over and over again. As time went on and I got older, and especially like in high school, well, probably before that, but ATracks got real popular. And that's what I'm going to show you today, my ATrack. In fact, I like this ATrack player so much that the first one I had broke. And I remember I was devastated. And I really wanted to get another one. And I convinced my parents to buy me a second one, which was huge. I was so happy, and I loved them forever and ever. So here is my ATrack player. This was a kind of a popular one. I know it came in different colors. I want to say blue and another color, and I can't think what it was. Definitely blue. I know someone had written me and said they saw it in blue. And it was kind of fun. It looked kind of like a dynamite plunger. And when it's hard to see because of the reflection. There we go. When you hit the plunger, it would switch the tracks. It doesn't work as good now, but it still works. At least I think. We'll test it out. And this was fun. It was just a different item. And back in the day, this was kind of, I hate to say it, it was kind of high tech. And when these came out, suddenly 8-track players came in every shape, color, and size. It was kind of fun to see all that. Now what I can do is I can stick a tape in here. There's a little slot that the 8-track goes into. I can only play it for a really quick second. This is a Van Halen 2 8-track. And if you grew up with ATracks, I'm sure you experienced the joy of putting the ATrack in and then pulling it out and having the tape get caught in the player, and you get this big zzz, and all your tape is now everywhere, and the money that you spent, your hard-earned money working as a dishwasher in a restaurant, hint hint, got thrown down the drain because your tape just got eaten up. That happened in cars, players, everything. I went through so many 8-tracks. I remember I had bought a double 8-track of Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and it was expensive because it was an extra long play. One time I played it and pulled it out, and not only did it like pull out, it got tangled up in the player. I was so mad because at the time I spent like $10 on it, which was a lot at the time, but I ended up buying another one. Then I eventually switched over to albums, so that was fine. And I also remember in cars, just really quick, when you put the 8-track in, you would hear 2 tracks, because basically there's 4 tracks all on top of each other here. So if it wasn't lined up quite right, you would hear multiple tracks playing at the same time. So I remember I would take a matchbox or a match, not a matchbox, a matchbook. Thank you, Bob. A matchbook, and kind of wedge it in there to kind of put it at a slightly different angle, and that worked. So I remember one player, every time I went to play an 8-track, I had to stick a little matchbook in there to make it angle right so I wouldn't hear multiple tracks. And the other bad thing about these, sorry, I'm on a roll. Some of the songs on these, when you got them, were split between tracks because there were basically 4 tracks. There would be one, then it would switch tracks, play 2, and so on. Some of them, the songs didn't fit right. So what they did, like say you're listening to the first track, the song would, in the middle of the song, would literally fade out, click, it would switch tracks, and then it would fade back in. Talk about destroying a song. I remember Heart, Dreamboat Annie, I think, did that. And it was like, what the heck? At least when you recorded on an 8-track tape, you could just record straight through the changing of the track, and all you would get is a little click instead of actually the song fading out. So that was kind of funny. So just to confirm that this works, I'll go ahead and stick this in again. I can only play it for a second, or they're going to get me on copyrights, and I don't feel like fighting that. So here we go. Here's this. Here we go. I'll turn the volume up. Here we go. Okay. I don't think they're gonna, the copyright police are gonna catch that was Van Halen. So it still works. How exciting is that? And the thing is actually in really good shape. I think after I got it, after I fought so hard to get it, I don't think I played it much after that. I think I kind of grew up and went to a more mature tape player. Probably a cassette, because that's ultimately what I did. I switched over to cassettes because they really did have a better sound. But anyways, that's my Panasonic 8-track player. Like I said, they did come in other colors, and it was kind of fun. And it was fun looking online the other day. I was just looking at 8-track stuff, and it's amazing all the different players that were out there in that time period. So I've gotten rid of all my 8-tracks, I think, except maybe 5 of them. And I think I sold 60 of them for like $5 at a garage sale a bunch of years ago. Now I'm kind of kicking myself for doing that. But anyways, all right, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any good 8-track stories, let me know in the comments below, okay? All right, guys, I will talk to you next time. Thanks for checking in on me, and peace out. Bye-bye.